Good morning, wrestling fans. Today is Tuesday, July 11th. Lance Brock here on this Tuesday episode of GMWF to talk some pro wrestling and a quick programming note to start things off. There is a new episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic now available, recapping last night's WWE Monday Night Raw. And to talk a little bit more, just real quick about Raw again last night. The end of Raw last night, which featured the Judgment Day going over in a 6-man tag team match against the undisputed tag team champions Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and the world heavyweight champion Seth Rollins, which was a pretty good match. At least I didn't think it was too bad anyway. And at the end of Raw, the Judgment Day was on the same page. But earlier in the night, there continued to be some tension between Finn Balor and Senior Money in the Bank, Damian Priest, which still kind of teasing the cash in a little bit, because when Judgment Day was in the back, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, when they patched things up, he said they're cool as long as he gets Seth Rollins first. And Damian Priest kind of made it sound like where if for some reason he does not beat Seth Rollins, he has the Money in the Bank briefcase as a backup. So kind of teasing where if they have this match at SummerSlam between Balor and Rollins, is that maybe Seth Rollins could win this match, but could be in bad shape after, and then maybe even Balor could attack Rollins after the match and have him beat down, and possibly that could set up for Damian Priest to come out and cash in. I wouldn't doubt seeing WWE have that happen, where Damian Priest does come out after the match and cash in on Seth Rollins, and that could set up for a possible championship match and have a feud between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Which I think that could be a pretty good feud. And I think maybe even have Damian Priest as the babyface in this one. But also, I think it could work if they decide to turn Finn Balor babyface once again. And also last night on Raw, and actually I don't think I mentioned this last night on Wrestling Fanatic, but Cody Rhodes cut a promo on Brock Lesnar talking about anyone that has a fear or an obstacle, crippling anxiety, student loans, terrible boss. That's their Brock Lesnar. And not bad promo from Cody. Brock Lesnar was not in attendance at Buffalo last night, but he will be on Raw next week. And Cody Rhodes last night put out the challenge for a rubber match at SummerSlam. So I'm sure next week we will have Brock accept on Raw. I'm guessing that some kind of stipulation will be added to this one. Not really sure what they will add to it, but my guess would be that this third match will have some kind of stipulation, or at least I think so anyway. But still should be a pretty good match, I think, this third one. Who will come out on top of that one, though, is the question. I kind of think they might have Cody get the rubber match, go up 2-1. And that was last night's Raw. I talked more about the whole show on last night's episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. And tonight on USA, we have WWE NXT. And also, we have the return of a new episode of Dark Side of the Ring on Vice, which tonight's new episode is covering Adrian Adonis. I think this one should be another pretty interesting episode. So far, the season has been pretty good in my opinion, and also with each week the viewership of each episode has gone up, so that is good news. The last new episode 2 weeks ago, the Junkyard Dog episode, did a very good number, and which was up from the week before the Matt Bourne episode, which did a good number, and then the Junkyard Dog one was up more. Like I said, each week of this new season so far seems like to be going up in viewership, which is good news for Dark Side of the Ring. I know not too long ago that story about Vice bankruptcy and stuff like that came out. I don't know too much about that, but hopefully Dark Side of the Ring will be able to survive. And that's all for this episode of 360 Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Thank you everyone for tuning in to this morning. Hope everyone is having a great day so far. Remember, if you have any questions or comments, or you can leave your feedback from last night's Raw still in the comments section right here on Spreaker or whichever podcast app or podcast website, or YouTube if you're listening there. Or if you have a company or a business you would like to advertise right here on 360 Wrestling Podcast, you can. I'll try to do a good ad read for you, just like they do on all of Conrad Thompson's podcast and other podcasts. Hopefully I won't mess up too badly. Email me at 360wrestlingpodcast@gmail.com. And I hope to have tonight 360 Wrestling Fanatic talking about NXT and Dark Side of the Ring. But I will be back tomorrow morning for the Wednesday episode of GMWF previewing tomorrow night's AEW Dynamite. And as we get ready for this big wrestling weekend coming up, or Saturday anyway. So that's all for today. I will talk to everyone tomorrow morning. But until then, have a great pro wrestling day.